Former President George W. Bush will accompany President Barack Obama on a trip to South Africa to attend the memorial of Nelson Mandela. President Obama stated in his national address that Mandela is a man gone to us, but not to history. Upon hearing of Mandela's death, Bush said in a statement, "Mandela was one of the greatest forces for equality in our time." Former President Bill Clinton will also be attending the memorial. Flight details have not yet been released.
Lindenwood University has a large international student body, including some South Africans.
LUTV's Jonathan Davies spoke with some of these students and joins us in the studio with their thoughts. Johnny?
Most South African students at Lindenwood University were not born when Nelson Mandela was released from prison, and they were very young during his presidency, but that doesn't mean his legacy didn't have a powerful impact on their lives.
I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination.
President Barack Obama's address adds to the world's grief over the passing of a remarkable individual. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, more fondly referred to as Madiba, was South Africa's first black president. Peter Moyo spoke about some of Mandela's campaign.
We wanted the country to be equal for the colours, as we would put it, the blacks, the whites. He just wanted everyone to be equal in the country.
27 of his many years campaigning for equal rights was spent in a prison cell after he was accused of trying to overthrow the government. Munash spoke of how Nelson Mandela used sports to bring peace to South Africa.
Like the 95 World Cup, I'm a rugby player, and that's how I remember him bringing South Africa together as a country, using that platform of the sports and bringing the black and white people together.
Courtney Matosha spoke about what else he did for South Africa.
One thing that's also respectable about him is his work through his Nelson Mandela Foundation to fight poverty and HIV and AIDS.
Nelson Mandela was a truly great man, inspiring all. He showed that it doesn't matter who you are, but as long as having determination, a dream, or a vision, it's worth fighting for. Benjamin Pungo said many like himself knew that his death would bring about even more change.
A lot of people would say that once the day came, a lot of things would change, and I for one can say that's very possible because he had one of the most influential factors in terms of moving South Africa forward as a country.
Mandela was also a figurehead, remembered by many for revolutionising his home country into one of equality, ending violence and discrimination, as well as installing a peaceful democracy. Fellow South African Neo Mambue gave his thoughts on the man who brought about the new South Africa.
I'd like to pay tribute to our father. As a fellow South African, it's a very emotional days and an emotional event. He's not just a figure, person, or icon. He's our father, our child, our brother. He was the root and the seed of the new South Africa that we live in now.
Neo wanted to say this message to fellow South Africans watching at home. He will go down in history, never forgotten, and lives on through the many lives who remain free because of his lifetime's work. For LUTV News, I'm Jonathan Davis.